dovetailing off of that, Todd, you can't just put tech into buildings for the sake of putting tech into buildings. You're constantly hearing on the ground what is needed. Maybe talk a little bit about smart home tech, how you guys have utilized that across your different ISP partner strategies, and what is the response of that?
So even though I've been on the technology space for the better part of my career, I'm a firm believer in not installing technology just for the sake of installing technology, because it's not right in every circumstance. And an example of that would be a smaller property where it just doesn't make sense. There's some value-added assets, although we're seeing a lot of technology being implemented in that, besides finishes and redoing the parking lot, painting and things like that, and landscaping. They're making technology investments. But I would recommend to any owner, never do it just because everybody else is doing it. You have to make sure it's right for your property and your circumstance, and ultimately for your resident, whether it's student housing, senior, affordable, or conventional. But what we're seeing is a convergence of, first of all, I'm seeing a lot of people kind of sitting on the sidelines because they just don't quite know where to go. And coming to panels like this and conferences and getting educated, I think, is the first really good step, in talking to people who've been there and done it, because then you can kind of learn from their mistakes. But from an innovation standpoint, and I know probably Leela and Rukas can speak to this too, because they're deploying those technologies in their assets, especially smart technology. To me, putting in a managed Wi-Fi network is part of that, kind of laying that groundwork. I was talking to a developer last night, and I said to him, what you really want to do is make sure you're making your property future flexible. I don't like future proof, future flexible. At least wire your property, if it's new build, wire your property with Ethernet and fiber. I wouldn't worry about coax anymore, but at least make it available. So if you do want to deploy technology down the road, it's already there.